Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Gillian. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about my top raw vegan mistakes that you want to avoid. I'm so excited for this video. It's going to be great, so give it a big thumbs up right now. I've been mostly raw vegan now since 2016, and nothing has changed my life more. I used to have a lot of health problems, digestive issues, crash all the time, be tired, skin issues, everything, you name it. So that's totally turned around. I literally am in perfect health now, endless energy, and I feel amazing. I am here in this video to hopefully help you avoid some of the mistakes that I have made along the way. I've learned through this time period there's ways to eat that make you feel absolutely amazing, and then there's ways to eat that make you feel not so good. So I want to go over these common mistakes. Let's get started. My number one mistake that you want to avoid is not being prepared. I've talked about this before. This is huge on the raw vegan diet. You need to eat a lot more food than you do on the standard American diet or the cooked diet. It's a lot more calories. So in your home, you always want to make sure you're prepared with an abundance of fruits and vegetables so you're not tempted to order takeout and perhaps fall off the wagon. Same goes from when you're leaving your house, when you're in the car going anywhere. Even when I go to a wedding, I bring snacks with me because I don't know what the situation will be. Anywhere I go, I have snacks on hand just in case, because if you don't and you let yourself get hungry, it's so much easier to be tempted just to hit up the closest drive-thru or something and fall off the wagon. So definitely make sure you're prepared in order to succeed on this diet. My number 2 point, this mistake that you want to avoid is not eating enough. This is huge, and so many early raw vegans make this mistake, and then they many times quit the raw vegan diet because they think it's not working, but they're simply not eating enough. So you can't compare the portion sizes to the standard American diet or the cooked diet. Your portions will be a lot larger. Even for my dinners most nights, when I eat a salad, I make a family-sized salad, and many times people will say like this is like a family-sized salad, but it's just a raw vegan portion-sized salad. So don't be afraid to increase your portion sizes, and when you're hungry, eat until you're satisfied and eat until you're full, and don't be afraid to eat more food. My number 3 mistake that you'll want to avoid is eating too many fats. So this was a huge mistake that I made along the way. I was eating super healthy raw vegan, but I was eating a lot of avocados, a lot of nuts in a day, and then I was waking up the next day feeling really tired, wondering why am I feeling this way? And then I realized fats are one of the hardest things for the body to digest. So if you're eating too many of them, most cases you will feel much more lethargic, tired, your mind won't feel as good, just overall you will not feel your absolute best. So I'm all about feeling my absolute best, and when I keep fats lower, I feel better not only that day, but the next day as well. It's like that quote that says, what you eat today is what walks and talks tomorrow. And for me, that's totally true, especially with your fat consumption. Now, you may be one of these people who can eat large amounts of fats and still say you feel amazing, feel fantastic, and it works for you. And if that does, great, but I know for me and for most people in general, that does not work. My number 4 mistake that you want to avoid on the raw vegan diet is eating too many dried or dehydrated foods. It can be so tempting to get carried away with these because they're so delicious, but they lack water content and they are so much harder on our bodies to digest, leaving your body and your mind not feeling at their best. So in my opinion, these foods are definitely something to eat as a treat. The simpler you eat, the better you will feel. In the mornings, what I do is I just simply eat one mono fruit until lunchtime, and that is when I feel my absolute best because our bodies crave simplicity. It's so much easier on your digestion, and that's when you'll feel just absolutely amazing. So just be careful not to get carried away with the dehydrated or dried fruits. My number 5 mistake that you want to avoid is improper food combining. So especially when you start the raw vegan diet, it might be tempting just to throw a million different ingredients in a smoothie or a gazillion different things in your salad. And then you think because these foods are healthy, it's okay, you can just put everything in your body at one time. In many cases, this will result in digestive issues, bloating, gas, constipation, or diarrhea, and then you might think the raw vegan diet's not working. But that's not true. So do some research and also see what works for you. Everybody's digestive system is different. Some people can digest certain things together and other people can't. I know for me, I just try to stick to the rules too. Like watermelon, like I've said before, is so easy to digest. Yet nuts are harder to digest, same with greens. So I mean, I wouldn't put watermelon with nuts in a salad. It just doesn't work for my digestion. If it does for you, great, but improper food combining is definitely something you want to research, pay attention to, and see what works for you. My number 6 mistake that you want to avoid is getting carried away with cacao. Raw cacao is so delicious, and I love it just as much as anybody, if not more than anybody. It is so delicious. It's one of my favorite things, but I definitely keep it in moderation as a treat because with cacao, it is still a stimulant. Raw too, it's just even more powerful. And whatever goes up must come down. So when I have cacao, it lifts my mood. I feel great, but then come bedtime, I can't sleep. My heart's racing. And then the next day for a couple days, my mood isn't as good. I have more depressive thoughts. My energy is lower. I have anxiety. So it's just, to me, it's not something that you want to eat every day. I know, especially when you start a raw vegan diet, it's so tempting to get carried away with it, and there's so many good recipes with it. I'm not saying exclude it altogether, but definitely just be mindful of how much you're eating and how it affects you. And if you are one of these people that can eat a bunch of raw cacao, eat it every day and have no negative side effects, great, but I know most people aren't, and I'm definitely not one of those people either. My number 7 mistake that you want to avoid is neglecting to supplement, or I should say maybe neglecting to pay any attention to this subject at all. It's important to be mindful of the fact that on a raw vegan diet, you are missing certain nutrients like B12, iodine, you have to pay attention to your vitamin D, your zinc, many different things. So if you are planning to be raw vegan long term, I do recommend maybe having some blood work done, analyzing your blood work, just see where you're at, because lots of times you might feel absolutely amazing and not think you're missing anything, but some cases you are, and I was one of those people. I've done videos about supplements, so I really do believe in supplements now. I didn't used to, I learned my lesson, so definitely be mindful of the supplements you might be missing, do your research, and see if you need your supplements. So my number 8 mistake that you want to avoid is not getting enough sleep. So this is huge on the raw vegan diet, or any diet really. Sleep is so critical and so important. I've noticed for me, big time on the raw vegan diet, I actually need a lot less sleep, and I wake up feeling like very awake and feeling amazing. But still, I've noticed my sleep still has to be a priority, and I have to get my sleep so that I run my best. Another important thing about sleep is if you're not getting enough sleep and you're waking up tired and you're feeling lethargic through the day, you might be a lot more tempted to fall off the wagon and eat crappy food, and this spirals you. I feel like this is when we're most tempted just to eat junk food, when you're feeling tired and feeling like crap, because you're just like, oh, whatever, I don't care. So make sure you prioritize your sleep, and that will help keep you on track on the raw vegan diet. So there you guys have my top 8 raw vegan diet mistakes to avoid. If you guys can think of any more that I've missed, you have any more you'd love to add, then please do so down below. If you've gained any value from this video, please give it a thumbs up right now. Subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any great videos in the future, and I will see you next time. Bye.